It's like I suddenly learned how to TIG weld overnight or something. This is the best I've done. Hey guys, welcome back to Busted the Built. Today we're working on the Tahoe. Headed out, went to the junkyard, got some spare parts for this thing. Hey Mrs. Busted, what are we up to today?
Junkyard.
Yeah, we are. As far as the eye can see here. Scavenging some spare parts. So here we've got a healthy donor for some axle shafts for the Tahoe. So we're going to take a couple inner shafts out of this guy here. And then we're going to try to find an AC compressor for the Tahoe over in the Chevy section. So if you could picture a rainbow way over there. And then we're going to see what we can get salvage here today for some spare parts. It's a good caliper. Such a shame to waste it. Steer for me. I think my steering stabilizer is gonna inhibit me there. I reckon. Pop that off. And that's a Dana 60 long side axle shaft.
In 7 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah, about that. We are going to steal this AC compressor here for the Tahoe. So AC works in the Tahoe, but we got a leaky compressor, so every time I take it out I got to charge it up before every weekend. So we're going to steal this guy now. Already cut, so there's no charge in it. Got it! Burst. Oh man, that don't look like a leaker or nothing. plug those holes with would be nice. Got her plugged up, make sure to keep it fresh. Got some lightning hoses in it.
What are you doing now?
Well, I figured since I had some ignition coil issues, maybe I'd just snag a couple here. Since, you know, once we get out of state in the mountains, then we're kind of SOL. So, this guy here. Oh. So snatch up a couple of them, quick and dirty. Two nice little units. Now we're at our next specimen. This mirror that is clearly just begging for some tree action. Look at that. How many trees this thing's driven by and never had an opportunity to make contact? Oh, her time's coming.
That was so fast.
See how pretty you guys look? So now we're back. I already fixed the axle shaft there a couple weeks ago, so the one I actually got at the junkyard, that's actually my new spare in case this one blows. And then this one here I've already got right here, and then I've got a couple outers and spare parts there. Just trying to make sure I got everything in my arsenal for spares. Gotta have spares, especially when you drive like I do. So anyways, but here's our unit here. So let's get this done. If you guys remember back following along with the video I did here when I put this manifold on, I had mentioned I wasn't sure if my motor mounts were good or not because I had a lot of contact between the header and the frame and I never really looked into it. So then I looked at my mounts and they were totally shredded, both of them. So I got new mounts on both sides now. But the other thing that I did was I hurt my AC line. Rubbed a hole right through it. So this is kind of a custom unit here that I made anyways, so I'm going to try to weld this guy up and see if I can get this to seal. Fingers crossed, I don't want to have to redo this particular line here, so we'll see if we can get that welded up too. And then otherwise, comparison, old guy, green bean, I think it might have been leaking out of the front seal on it even. There's just a lot of moisture around the pulley itself here too. But on the bottom side is where I always saw everything dripping off of it. But did good here. I got the exact same one, same even part number as my junkyard one. Didn't mean to do that, but I just needed a single bolt manifold. And so if you know anything about these Gen 3 compressors, you either get a single bolt manifold or you get a 2 bolt, and each line has its own flange on it that you tighten down. So I've just got the single flange on this one. Again, why it makes it all the more important, I gotta weld this guy up and make that seal again. But I can't believe how bad that got hacked up, but those motor mounts were totally shredded. I mean, just nothing left of them. So, let's get on her here. We'll try and get her cleaned up good here. Stainless steel brush. Just so everybody knows. Well, darn, guys, I'm moderately impressed. It's like I suddenly learned how to TIG weld overnight or something. This is the best I've done. Not that it's great, I got a couple pinholes here, but I've done some good build-up on it. Otherwise, around here, it's looking pretty good, so I'm gonna try and get these cleaned up and see if I can get these holes to fill in. They're not like whole holes, but you know, they're just porosity and contaminants and crap in there, so. But gonna try to get them two plugged up, and yeah, that should be fixed. I think I'm willing to put pressure to it. Slip the old compressor back on it. Work good enough that I can check this line. Alright, gonna hook the old hair up to her here. I'm gonna dial up the valve and see if she leaks. Oh boys, I might have fixed something. So this is soapy water concoction here. The idea is if there's a leak, there's pressure in there, it's like we're blowing bubbles. It's like we're a little kid blowing bubbles. Say then about, you know, I don't know, 10-20 minutes. Still holding there, about 100 pounds. Solid. Gonna send it. Didn't end up as pretty as I would have liked it. And this is actually a gash it had in it when I put it together from the original truck that this particular line was on. It was kind of contacting in all kinds of spots on whatever, but old damage. It'll be as good as it ever was. Let's get her back together now. We're all set here, ready to vacuum it all together, but the fender well and tire. Gonna make sure it works, just like a good officer. What do you do with your equipment before you use it in the field? You test it. And so we'll let that vacuum down. Yeah, give it a half hour, an hour or so. Mouthful of sunflower seeds, sorry if you can't understand me. I'll let my freight train here go and we'll come back to it. So we're all set here on the vacuum. Shut my valves off, shut my pump off. We got a separate vacuum pump on this one. The machine's got a vacuum pump, but the machine's from 1996, so she's pretty well wore out. And so we're still holding vacuum there. My gauge doesn't work that great. We should be closer to 30, but I'm off just a couple couple pounds there, or inches, however you want to look at it. But let's get this baby charged. Set my tare weight to 0. Let's throw 2 pounds in her. Probably gonna have to fire it up. Yeah, I'm gonna fire it up. We're gonna pull the refrigerant in instead. Rats! Got another little leak. Not even where I was working at. It's coming out of this crimp right here. Pot liquor. I might be able to re-crimp that. My line's a little long. So the idea now is I'm going to cut this crimp off, cut this hose off. I got enough here as far as length. I'm pretty sure I can pop what's left back on there. If not, I've got some hose and we'll do it the old-fashioned way and replace this length of hose. And then I've got these little guys here, these air conditioning crimps. Show you what these guys look like. And so they're basically just 2 Oetiker style clamps affixed on this little rail. And so I'll cut that crimp off, slide the hose back on, and then you put this little doodad on there, then you crimp them down, and then hopefully we'll have a fixed AC hose. Oh yeah, lots of line there. For the next part, let's take a cutoff wheel and score this crimp here. Doesn't matter if we hurt the hose, that part's already garbage. But the barb on this part that we just repaired, do not hit that. So that's the trick here. And then in a perfect world, your map sensor wiring isn't in the way, but this will also just split, put a screwdriver in there. Get a bigger screwdriver. This last little bit that you can't cut, you can usually just pry it. Not working so well right this second, but it's gonna happen. If you get open up enough too, you can use some snap ring pliers. Get in there and open her some more. Got her. Nice. Oh yeah. So there's our crimp. Goofiest thing ever here. The rubber was pushed through right there, and that's where it was leaking. Right there. Super goofy. Let's see if we can get this to come off easy enough now. And there is a factory AC barb. See if I can pick out on this hose where it was leaking here. This is the side I cut. This is the side with the crimp, and it was leaking like right here. So still doesn't really make sense, but it's what it is. Find this crimp here again. Oh, maybe I had that wrong. Okay, so this was like this. And it was leaking right here. Okay, so that was up there. So must have had a little hole right here somewhere, but ain't worth looking at now. Oh, I think this is a number 10 hose. I hope it is. Oh yeah. Pretty sure it's a number 10 hose. Oh, I put it on the wrong way. Yep, okay. Cool. Do that. Give her the crimpy dimpy. Almost wondering if I want to redirect this a little bit. Oh yeah, I think that'd be better. Bend this other line. Hello. Get out the big guns now. Oh, that's tight. All right. See if we did anything. Pass the squirt test. Double check my weld. I'm not used to not having leaks. Leaks are very common with my work, so I'm almost wondering if this water ain't soapy enough. So I got that vacuum in there. Megan's back here doing our new sticker install. So now that we finally settled on this is the logo here, we'll get this outfitted. The old one looked kind of blah. I think we can all agree on that. But this is pretty nice little outfit here. I like this little setup. But Megan does some amazing work with her crafty skills.
Thank you.
And she's an A1 installer. Alright, got her all charged up. Let's fire it off and see if we make cold air. Well, I got the AC all set to go there. That's going to be a nice touch down there when we're in Tennessee doing that Bleepinjeep ride. But tomorrow, we're heading off to Hollyoaks for 4Fest. So that's why we got our new outfit on here for the decal. Gonna get her loaded up now. Get in action tomorrow.